Right, what is up guys? Welcome and good morning. Today is the second day of the high day and we do have a leg day going down. Now I am actually 3 pounds up from yesterday. It was 930 grams of carbohydrates alongside of a reduction in steps and reduction in fat burners. So I posed this morning, I posed for Meg and I'm still pretty empty, especially across my legs and my back. So another day of higher food today and we will show you what will go down. So yesterday was a great day. Definitely managed to get the food in, get some rest. I feel so much better today. To be honest, I didn't really feel that tired. I just looked extremely flat. But it's part of the process. You have to get flat in order to reach the condition that we need. And today is definitely a significantly better look, but nevertheless, we do need more food. So plan of action is going to be very simple. Meal number 1, which is going to be 125 cream of rice, 100 blueberries, 50 grams of rice, 1 whole egg, 230 grams of egg whites, alongside of 30 grams of whey. So that is meal 1. I will show you what that is, and then I'll also show you Meg's full day of eating as well. So let's get it on. So this is how meal number 1 is looking. We've got 50 grams of rice, 1 whole egg, 230 grams of egg whites, 30 grams of Fudge ISO Pro. We've got Digest Farmer Pro. I take 1 with this meal, 1 with pre-workout meal, and 1 with last meal. And then we have my 125 cream of rice and 100 blueberries. So I will get tucked into this, and then I will show you Meg's meal number 1.
So, good morning everybody. I have legs today, so obviously my meals are very different to yesterday. The first meal is 225 grams of egg whites, 1 whole egg, vegetables, 100 grams of blueberries, and then 150 grams of sourdough bread with 25 grams of avocado. Cooper's obviously made this one for me while I got out for a walk with the dog. Then it'll be time to obviously prepare some of the foods. Post that, we both have our routines that we stick to and it works very well.
Right, so a massive block of work's just been completed. Mondays are generally a very busy day, but today, because I have had a few clients compete this weekend and I do have a lot of clients competing in the upcoming weeks, it's been a much busier day to get all the updates done and my regular check-ins. So meal number 2 of the high day is all prepared. I'm going to show you my meal number 2 and then Meg's in a little moment. So I have got 225 grams of venison, which is just venison steaks minced into a little burger, 200 grams of potato, 50 grams of rice, 60 grams of veggies, 20 grams of kimchi, 100 grams of pineapple, 100 grams of banana, and 1 caramel rice cake. And Meg actually has 50 grams of rice, 75 grams of veggies, 100 grams of pineapple, and 125 low-fat beef. So that is how meal 2 presents. And this is, you can see in its full glory. Now, potatoes. Before you air fry them, put them in the microwave for a couple of minutes, and then put them on the pan, dry them off, and then put them in an air fryer. Super easy, 15 minutes, 200 degrees, and they come out like this. Pineapple, banana, caramel rice cake. And then this meal for Meg, I will prepare once I've eaten mine, and I'll put it on the pan and make it all seasoned and make it taste good.
So we now have meal 2 at 10 a.m, which is 50 grams of rice, 125 grams of beef, 100 grams of vegetables, and 100 grams of pineapple, and this is what it looks like. So I'm going to eat that now, and then it will be time to get all the stuff in the car ready for training, and then obviously finish off a little bit more work. I do the majority of my work before my meal 1, but then obviously there's lots of other bits like phone replies, etc. to do afterwards as well.
Right, here we have it. Pre-workout meal's going down. Now, 1 serving of Digest Farmer Pro with this meal. And here we have 100 grams of pineapple, 150 rice, raw weight, 200 turkey, 50 grams of veg, 20 grams of kimchi underneath there. We've got some spices, that are salt free, and then my salt added on top. And then there we go, Meg's pre-workout meal. She's got 10 grams of honey, 1 calamari rice cake, she's got her coffee, she's got her fish, 100 grams of rice, 150 cod, 50 grams of veggies, 100 grams of pineapple. Now, one thing I actually forgot in here, I do have 20 grams of honey added in here. So it is quite a large meal, but it's going down pretty well, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm very much looking forward to this, and then even more so looking forward to trashing the legs. So that is how the meals are presenting. Now, when you refeed, ideally you do want to do it over 2 days. And my preference is to always do it on a rest day and followed by a training day. If you just refeed on a training day, it's never really going to do the job quite as well, because you want to replenish glycogen, you want to drop fatigue. That's the whole point of a refeed. Now, if you just do it on a training day, you are training. The likelihood of you getting the job done and letting the food do the work is very slim. So if option is there, always try and do it over 2 days when possible, if possible. If you have the time to do so, and again, this is why you should always start your prep earlier, get ready early and make sure you've got enough time to manage fatigue. Now, I do like to get stuff ready for Meg. She does a lot. She does a lot for me. She does a lot for the dogs. She does a lot for the business as well. So the least I can do is make some tasty food for her now and again. I do my bit, but she certainly does a lot. So if I can help in a way, I always will. And she goes above and beyond as well for me. So it's a partnership always. That's how it should be.
So pre-workout meal is 80 grams of rice with 125 grams of cod and 50 grams of veggies, 100 grams of pineapple, and because it's leg day, we also have a rice cake and a little bit of honey. That is my pre-workout meal, ready for big legs.
Right, so Intra-workout, we've got 30 grams of performance fuel, and I will have my MPS in about 20 minutes, so I will show you that as well. Now, session layout, very simple. Seated hamstring curl, leg extension, leg press, hack, lying hamstring curl, and then I will finish on hip thrust. I will touch a little bit more on the session layout in the car on my way home. I'll let you know my thoughts on the session, but you are going to see me and Meg completely smash leg day today, so let's get it. Get your intra-workout drinking, support your performance and recovery essentials. Right guys, so intra workout, 25 grams MPS max, and that's going to go down in one shot. Have this pretty much 2 hours after my pre-workout meal and 2 hours before my post-workout meal. So down the hatch. Even protein servings spread throughout the day, always. Right guys, post-workout meal going down. So we've got 350 prawns, 150 cream of rice, and 100 grams of raspberries. So that is a very, very easy meal to digest, especially post-workout. Now the reason why I prawns post-workout is because I only have whey twice a day. Otherwise I feel like I'm cheating on my diet, so that's the reason why. And that is how it looks. We've got the prawns, we've got 30 grams of kimchi, and then we've got the cream of rice, custard creme, and raspberries. What have you got?
80 grams of cream of rice, 40 grams of whey, 20 grams of cereal, and 150 grams of bread.
It's a proper meal. So look.
It's not really a lot left to.
We have arrived. Some thoughts on the training session today. I do think it was a great one. Now, the pump was pretty ridiculous, I'm not going to lie. It was actually hard to do my sets because my legs just felt that much of a pump, and I haven't had that in quite some time. So the call on having 2 days refeeding was definitely the right one. As today is definitely the first day where I actually feel a little bit fuller. I don't feel like I'm bursting full, but that's not the goal here. The goal here is just to fill up just enough to be able to keep moving forward. Now, the session structure and the layout, starting with seated hamstring curl, that's something I have been starting with for quite some time. And the main reason for that is there's minimal difference between seated and lying hamstring curl, but one is definitely going to feel a little bit different than the other. And in my opinion, I do sometimes prefer to do lying hamstring curl at the end because it does decompress your spine, especially after heavy lifting. So in some of the programming that I do for myself and clients, I will always prioritize seated hamstring curl with a belt, allowing to get them hips locked in and really challenge the hamstrings across its full contractile range. It's really one of the best hamstring exercises you can use. Then I will follow with some quad work and obviously compound work. I did run a hip hinge every 5 days for, I would probably say around 6 months now, but I am at a point now where recovery is definitely taking a hit, and I just got to the point where I just wasn't getting anything out of it anymore. So I made the right call to swap it for a hip thrust, where I think for what I need, it's going to give me so much more when it comes to not only stimulus fatigue ratio, but also doing the movement that I specifically need, which is direct glute work. So I do think that's going to make a big difference. It's something I'm going to carry over into my off season as well. So this prep is definitely one of the best ones I've done yet. And it's just me and the wife. Coaching myself, and the wife is pretty much coaching me as well, which has been amazing. And that's something I will definitely continue with into the off season. I definitely will probably get some consults going with some people that I want to speak with. But the dynamic will always be the same. It will always be me, Meg, and potentially someone that I know can bring some good input in. But we'll see. Jordan has always been a great help and has always mentored me. But Jordan's very busy at the moment, so I don't really want to bug him too much. I'm just going to keep sending him with sneak peeks just to get validation from him and just to make sure I'm on track, which he will always tell me and always be honest. But it was great to actually see Meg getting stuck in today. She's definitely got some fire back in her now. She's got a little bit of body weight back on her. She's only a couple of kilo up from a stage weight, but she still has pretty much veins running up her hamstrings and all the way across the back. So it's definitely a great look. And something I continuously have to remind her as well is that we've got a window of 12 weeks now to improve, actually 10 weeks now to improve, which means that we cannot stay at the same body weight. When you have been in prep for so long, you almost get attached to being so lean, and that is not a productive place for training. So initially, when you finish a contest prep and you are legit lean, again, if you haven't got any shape, this still doesn't apply to you. This will only apply to you if you've really got in really nasty condition. You will need to regain a little bit of body fat for not only your body to function well and get good sleep, but you will need to regain some body fat to be able to actually build muscle and be able to perform well. And today's session was probably the first session where I could see Meg actually get stuck in and have some aggression in the sets. So I do think we are moving in that direction. I am still checking on her body weight every single day. I've got her check-in tracker pretty much opened. So that's the first thing I see pretty much when I get stuck into work. And that's pretty much how we will roll with things for entirety of the year. The check-ins have to be more frequent as well because of where she's at. So at the moment, we're taking pictures twice per week. I am going to watch her post twice per week as well, post-workout and in the morning. and body weight updates pretty much every single day because of how sensitive she is and where she needs to be as well. It's something I do with a lot of clients as well, especially clients that are a little bit more adaptive and clients that I know get to a point where the body can run away from themselves. So it's coaching game and bodybuilding is definitely intense with the way we do it. But in my opinion, that's the only way if you truly want to maximize all your variables and really nail it for your off season and prep. Any input?
No, I think you've covered everything.
Yeah? Meg's ready for home. So the car talk is over. See you in the house for meal 5 and 6. And bath time. We'll show you a bit of that. A little bit of bath time. And we're going to get the recovery boots on as well. So let's get it. Right, that's bath time done. So we are going to get meal 5 ready. And here we have my chicken, rice, veg, kimchi, pineapple. We've got 100 grams of rice. We've got 225 chicken, 75 veg, 30 kimchi. And then Meg has her cod, avocado, and rice. So I'm going to season, well, mine's already seasoned actually. I'm going to season Meg's, put it in the pan. I'm going to put mine in the pan, and then I'll show you the end product. Ooh, red hot bath done. So I'm a little bit sweaty, I'm not going to lie. I did put some extra hot water in for Meg because she's been complaining that she always gets in and it's cold. So she's going to get in now and she's going to sweat. So I'm going to get these meals ready. We will eat, then I will get on the sofa, get my recovery boots on, and then we will swap. Potentially even have some struggles. You know why I call it struggles? Because I snuggle and she struggles. And that is the end product. So we've got Meg's meal, a tiny bit of GQs on top, and we've got my meal. So we are going to get on the table, listen to some Dennis James podcast, and get tucked in. So the reason why I put my food in the pan and mix it is so it can actually look like this. Tastes so much better, much more enjoyable, and goes down so much easier. When you are eating 6 times a day, I always advise people to actually put effort into the cooking so that it's not a chore. It needs to be easy and enjoyable. That's the key for longevity in the game. So this is how we spend the evening, pretty much. I sit with my boots on, waiting for Meg to pamper herself. Actually, that's my time up with the boots. They're actually really good. They're actually quite strong with compression. So I highly recommend them, I'm not gonna lie. No discount codes, just discount code trained by JP, sorry. And it actually works in Tesco, Cougar 10. I'm actually working on a bit of a deal with Marks and Spencer's because the wife just prefers the quality of Marks and Spencer's. So unfortunately, because it's more expensive, but anyway, that's pretty much the only expense that we have is the food. So we can afford to treat ourselves to some higher quality foods, which I do not mind because, again, you get out what you put in, right? So it's just like driving a Porsche. You would not put red diesel in a Porsche, would you? Would you, Meg?
No.
No. Right, I'll get these off and you can get them on because Meg Day at the moment has leg day pretty much every other day. So with Meg Day having leg day every other day, her legs need all the recovery that we can get. Ooh. Right, we have watched an episode of The Bridgertons on Netflix, and it's actually quite good. It's a drama series, but it's quite interesting. I like it. I wouldn't think it was my thing, but you never know till you try it. Now, last meal is 10 grams of almond butter, 200 grams of fruit, and 55 grams of whey. And we have got 150 grams of cream of rice. I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty ready to eat. It's 20 to 8. So I will eat this, do a few bits and bobs that I need to do to get my stuff ready for the morning, and then head to bed. So I'm gonna show you my meal, show you Meg's meal, as that's currently microwave, and then it'll be time to hit the sack. Right, so it's 8 PM right now, and it's pretty much bedtime. So last meals are pretty much ready. This is my meal. We've got 65 grams of whey, 100 grams of cream of rice and oats mixed. And then we've got 150 grams of strawberries, and we've got a mixture of different wheys in there. So that is my meal number 6. And Meg has her mixture of oats and cream of rice with strawberries, and she's actually going to have her Ninja Creamy. I'm not having one because I am keeping my food volume somewhat lower today, especially with being a high day. So I want to get in bed with a nice empty stomach and be ready for my morning check-in pictures. So I'm going to show you my meal, and then Meg will show you hers when she's finished it, and then we'll cap off the video for the night. I've got my dream sleep from JP and joining. I've just had that. I normally have it about 30 minutes before I get in bed. By the time I finish my last meal, it's pretty much putting me out. So I'm definitely looking forward to get a good night's sleep tonight. Sleep has definitely been compromised with me getting a little bit leaner, but generally on high days, it does get a little bit better. So tomorrow, checking pictures and more than likely get back to the grind. So this is my meal number 6. We've got the whey paste on top of the fruit and on top of the oats, and we've got oats and cream of rice underneath that. So that will go down tremendously well. And then we've got Meg's cream of rice and oats that are ready, and she's going to put her extra bits on there that you will get to see shortly. What do we have here?
Ninja Creamy, my oats.
Shows the end product. Is that yogurt or Ninja Creamy? Did you put yogurt inside it?
Yeah, my phage. Got half my phage in there and then half in there.
Very nice.
And the finishing touch.
Yeah. You enjoying your last meal?
Ready?
Enjoying your last meal?
Yeah.
What is it? Go on.
There's
Break it down.
70 grams of oats, 10 grams of cream of rice,
Yep.
20 grams of nut butter, 150 grams of berries, 20 grams of whey, 80 grams of yogurt.
Beautiful. Nightcap. Say good night to people.
Good night, God bless. Okay, so last meal for me, which is my creamy and my oatmeal. So overall, in total, there's 20 grams of whey, 100 grams of phage yogurt, there's 100 grams of berries, 20 grams of nut butter, and there's a mix of oats and cream of rice, all in total at 80 grams. So that's pretty much it. So I'm going to eat that, chill out for a second, and then go to bed. And that's pretty much a full day of eating. At a few weeks, a couple of weeks, 2.5 weeks per show. Calories are quite high for this time per show, but obviously things have been very different. I've obviously done my reverse whilst Cooper's still been in competition prep, so we've not gone and done nice things together because we've not really been able to. So I've been able to build up my calories a little bit more on my base foods because obviously I've not eaten as much off plan. So I will, if you watch the full day of eating properly, that was a couple of videos ago, you'll actually be able to see a full macro breakdown. So definitely have a look at that. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Kuba's waiting to brush his teeth, so I'm going to go now. Bye.